Oh, we are live. Fantastic. I have been told that I'm introing the stream. Welcome, everybody, to the three-digit World Cup Grand Finals weekend. We are here with the losers bracket finals between Indonesia and China today. This is going to be an exciting match. As usual in this tournament, we've had a wild ride through the year, ending up with our final three teams in the tournament. All Asian teams this year. Indonesia, China, and Hong Kong are winners bracket finalists. Will be the three teams advancing into the weekend. The winner of this match will be going to the winners bracket tomorrow to face off against Hong Kong in a potential bracket reset situation. All three of these teams very strong. I am Chili Repair. I will be joined today by none other than the T1G. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hey, good morning and welcome and thank you. This is gonna be fun, dude. I can't remember the last time we saw an all-Asian top 3 podium of an international tournament that in standard, I guess I should specify. But these teams have been performing freaking incredibly well over the course of this tournament. So I'm really excited for this matchup because it's like Indonesia who, came out of the winners bracket final, lost that one, but looked, pretty solid anyway, against China, who obviously kind of just blew their way through the losers bracket. It felt like this team scales so incredibly well. So it sets up a really good losers final here today.
Very exciting matchup. In fact, Indonesia, China are both our 7th and 8th seeded teams in the tournament, respectively. So this, on paper and based on previous experience in this tournament, will be a very close match in more ways than one. China going to be opening up with the No Mod 5 ban to start. They're not going to take any chances against the speed map against Indonesia. Very understandable, given their previous experiences in this tournament in terms of where they have looked towards on maps. So that'll be that 249 BPM gone. One of the higher starred maps overall in the pool as well at 7.6 stars. Indonesia immediately with the Hard Rock 2 ban. Another very understandable. China has been running with the consistency squad across the board on Hard Rock this year.
Yeah, their team, especially Crystal, has looked unreal on Hard Rock. It feels like you can just always count on somebody to have a ridiculous score on the Hard Rock maps, especially like small circles as well as some of the more consistency-based stuff. So no surprise to see that banned out. Kind of going hidden 3, so the low AR hidden pick, the third ban. Kaz Japan is the of course AJT Air 8 hidden. I'm a little surprised to see them leave DT2 up after banning out No Mod 5. I feel like that's like the common pairing. If you want to ban speed, you ban both speed maps a lot of the time, but they decide to go speed and low AR. Not comfortable, I guess, with that against this Indonesia team who have some really good hidden players.
Yeah, they're kind of running with the hidden lineup in terms of what you kind of expect going into the late stages of this tournament. You've got players obviously like Krez on the Indonesia team who will run through these hidden picks like they are absolutely nothing late stage. You've also got a lot of players, I think, that are kind of unexpectedly good at hidden. Players like Rexys, who are kind of not necessarily catered towards the hidden skill set in general. But if you look at Rexys, he plays hidden on literally every map ever. So you've got some consistency there. You've also got players like Fuma who will come in and, you've got the all-rounder squad pushing through. So unless China knows they have a confident, block in hidden reading, then that makes sense to ban it. And Indonesia is going to get rid of the Hard Rock one. They're going to get rid of basically the consistency battle, but Hard Rock, just to, make sense against China, who has a lot of players who've been, again, very consistent this year. You've got Crystal, you've got Kurumi, players who, as of the previous, few tournaments they've been playing in, have had a very good time.
Yeah, China is rolling on so much momentum in international play, I feel like. I mean, after seeing what they did in 4WC and seeing what some of their players did in tournaments like Hippo Cup, the Chinese players in general have just been having a really good time so far this spring, having a lot of success and performing really extremely well. I think, Milk Tea felt like kind of a revelation to me in Hippo Cup. I could not believe how well that dude played, but their 4WC roster played insanely well, and they're continuing that streak here in 3WC. And it just feels like China is just a team that, they really love the skill cap aspect of these tournaments because they have players who are so good in late stage, like Milk Tea, like Crystal, guys who play their like best as the tournament goes on. So it makes you know, getting into these late rounds, like these grand finals pools, and seeing these really difficult pools, like actually good for them.
Yeah, I agree. I think that with the full team roster that China has put up over the course of this tournament has been truly something to fear. We've talked about it in previous weeks and, you know, many tournaments in the past where a lot of teams can really suffer from not being able to put up a full roster on these later stage maps just because of, you know, you kind of lose a little bit of the breadth of the team in a tournament where only 6 players are allowed, you know, compared to something like the World Cups where you have 8 players allowed per team. You kind of lose the ability to guarantee rounding out your roster on every single pick in this type of tournament. So the fact that China's able to come out here on almost every single skill set and put together a 3-person roster means that, you know, they've got at least 90% of this, you know, 6-person roster that can play anything that you throw at them, which is an invaluable asset to have as a team in international tournaments. And, you know, likewise with Indonesia, they haven't made it this far for nothing. They've got some very consistent, very experienced players, might I add. You know, you don't really talk about tournament experience as much in the late stages because, you know, that's really kind of where it comes more down to skill rather than consistency. But across the board, that experience really does matter. I mean, again, especially the, you know, the lineup we have in the roster right now, Krez, Rexys, and Fuma, all very well versed in tournaments, very comfortable with the situation that they're in. They know exactly how to take a pick and make it work in their favor. So I think both of these teams have very good odds working towards, you know, their success.
Yeah, I mean, you started to say, you know, you can't ignore how well Indonesia has been performing in this tournament. You don't get to the winners final for nothing. You have to be a good team to get that far, and so we're gonna see, I think, I would suspect a very competitive match here today. And starting out with Nomad 6 is a bit wild. The CS4 Air 8 half slash, like, you kind of just know what you're getting into just based on that alone. And you've already seen 5 of the 6 players breaking. The only one that's held through the first 200 combo and now gone is Milk Tea. So this one's starting off very closely fought. Nobody able to establish any sort of lead. Not a lot of big combos out there as players breaking before they even get back to 100 combo in the first quarter of this map.
Thank you, Half Slash.
Oh boy, yeah. Half slash maps have a certain sort of feel to them, and they're often very difficult, gimmicky picks, and this one is no exception.
Yeah, makes them very good for tournaments, and, you know, a very consistent difficulty across the board on this pick here. You know, despite sections that may look slightly harder, most of the patterning and everything is very consistently spaced, and it plays well if you are good at this skill set. Unfortunately, it is a skill set that, you know, like mentioned before, very few players have consistency in, and it takes a lot of, you know, a special type of player to really be good at a pick like this. And obviously, you know, we're taking a look right now and seeing Milk Tea absolutely run through. Is that even Milk Tea? Is this even?
Yeah, but he missed immediately.
He missed right after.
It was depressing.
It's unlucky, but yeah, a pick like this is just, it's insane. And, you know, I think Indonesia really just going into this based on that hidden 3 ban from China here. Unfortunately, a little bit closer for them than they might have wanted it to be. We're approaching almost the last quarter of the map right here, and China has a slight advantage, which they will only keep for a short amount of time here, and actually a shorter amount of time now that Crystal's broken.
Yeah, this is just gonna be all on the shoulders of Krez here to try to bring this back at the very end. He's gonna have time. There's still a quarter of the map left. The lead is only 25,000 points, not even. And Krez with a significant amount of combo compared to quite literally everyone else in the lobby. We talked about his prowess in just about any mod you throw his way, and that low AR gimmicky rhythm is going to be part of that. And he is going to give them the lead and look like probably going to give them the win on this first pick as well. Quite the solo carry performance at 400k with no one else even over 300,000 points. Does Crystal have time here, by the way?
He might. If he doesn't break, he might. It's going to be so close, though. The Rexy's break was scary.
Crystal did not, in fact, have time.
Very.
It's a 20,000 point difference on map 1.
That's
well,
close.
we said we were going to get a competitive match.
Well, that's it. We talked about Krez and the kind of the hidden champion of this match here. You know, despite what you may have heard about any other player, Krez is, you know, it's Krez and Milk Tea. I think in my mind are two of the highest skilled players in this match, at least in terms of their teams, based on previous tournament play. You know, we've obviously, you know, you mentioned earlier in tournaments, especially recently, like Hippo Cup, a tournament that is purely designed around skill cap and picking the hardest maps possible. Milk Tea made half of the picks look easy. And then you've got Krez, who has just absolutely dominated the tournament scene, you know, in multiple aspects, not just in Indonesia. So it's crazy to see them kind of, you know, duke it out in this match here, and Krez just having a little bit of an advantage on that hidden pick.
Yeah, that, I mean, he top scored that map by over 100k, so goes to show you how well he can perform right out of the gate on a very awkward, difficult map. And China's not going to make it any easier, as they're going to go into Nomad 4 as their own first pick. So we get a little bit of Captain 1 tech to start things off for China's side. We go back-to-back kind of gimmicky maps. You go from the low AR into the tech. China has been pretty solid on tech picks. Their players very strong on tech maps. Again, you know, you've got Milk Tea, Crystal, and who's 2-3-4? Which one is that?
Karumi.
Is that Karumi?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because 4 and 5 are Karumi and David.
Right, that's right.
But this is a scary tech roster. China's been very good at tech picks in the tournament this year. They've had a very good time winning the majority of them against the teams that they have played against this year. So a smart first pick opening up from them. I'm excited to see how they perform on this. I stand Captain 1 super hard as well, so this is going to be great to see these two teams face off on this.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering what China would first pick after the double hard rock bans from Indonesia, which is, you know, kind of been a preferred skill set for them. But going into tech makes a lot of sense here. But you know, Fuma, Krez, Rexys, you know, they're running back the same roster from their own first pick, and I think it's one that will also be pretty competitive on a tech pick, even if it was, you know, China's favored first selection here. So I think again, this is going to be a map that could be very, very close, that a lot of players are going to be able to perform pretty well on.
Yeah, good rosters for both of the teams on this pick here. A little bit of concern for Indonesia around the disappearance of Dito, who has played a couple of their previous tech picks here. But based on how the Indonesian roster looked on the previous pick, I don't imagine that they're going to have a significant amount of trouble on this. Comparatively, Rexy's having the most trouble out of anyone in the lobby so far. Not quite ready for these sliders, it seems, finding a couple of under aims here and there. But the other 5 players in the lobby looking pretty strong on this one. Krez with unbelievable accuracy right now compared to everyone else in the lobby.
Yeah, Krez is one of those players where if you open up like a random like 6.5 to 7-star tech leaderboard, you're probably going to see his name at the top, usually with hidden on, but you know, obviously able to do it with Nomad as well. Just an incredibly solid tech player. But unfortunately, he's the only one left with the combo in Indonesia once again, though he'll be battling against a zero combo China side as they all find breaks at the end of that difficult section. And once again, we're going to put Krez in the position to make this one head toward Indonesia's favor, as he is just doing it.
We've seen before. We've seen this. We've seen this before.
Yeah, this looks quite familiar to last match, but unfortunately, it's not. Well, he did take the lead. They did take the lead, and Rexy's does have more combo than all 3 members of China combined, so he is going to take up the mantle.
So does Fuma.
Dang, it's really unfortunate because I was looking at Krez's AC and being astounded when he had like 98.5 AC still, and then he dropped 2%, and it's not quite the same, but still outperforming everyone else by a decent margin. Nobody else over 95, so.
Yeah, 1.8% above the next closest player, 1.7% at Crystal if we're looking exact here, so solid start right here. All we really have to see right now in order for Indonesia to take this point is for, I think, Rexys and Fuma to just kind of maintain it. I think Rexys needs to maintain combo for a little bit longer due to the lowered accuracy, and if Fuma can just have some semblance of combo here at the ending where we have a little bit of a build-up, which means that we're basically going to be cutting the time of the map left in half, because, you know, expecting someone to break on a build-up is not always this, craziest thing. And then we've got this ending section. Very difficult double stacks in here. You're going to see breaks from everyone on Indonesia. That's the difficult part of the map that you've got to be ready for here. And unfortunately, it's going to lose them the pick at the ending here. The misses are going to hold it off for a little bit longer, but the double combo held across Milk Tea and Crystal is going to be just enough, even if it's just Crystal. Plenty of combo here. Looks like a couple breaks for China here, but there's no combo to contest it. And I think China is going to end up taking this one in the end. Just barely, same margin that Indonesia took theirs.
Yep, that was just Crystal and Milk Tea being the more consistent players in the lobby and able to hold a little bit longer than anyone on Indonesia. In that, it's a deceptive 63K because it didn't look like a 63K win. It looked more like about a 30K win, the way that was going through that last quarter. But like you said, that difficulty spike at the ending really did not work out in Indonesia's favor, and China able to claw back that lead and take the point with it. So we open up with back-to-back held picks from the teams. Look competitive as we have a total of 84,000 points in discrepancy between the teams after 2 entire picks have been played.
Yeah, very difficult here. A little bit more consistent on China across the board, averaging just a little bit over 300K on there. Rexy's having just a slight bit more trouble than most of the other players in the lobby. Krez trying to make the difference up with that 400K, beating out every other score in the lobby. Unfortunately, not quite maybe the range that they wanted to be in terms of, that pick here. And then, of course, missing players like Dito. Maybe a little bit more of a hit for Indonesia on a pick like that than they wanted, but China's got themselves on the board. That's all that they care about right now. Indonesia has plenty of maps left to continue taking their own picks alongside them. So I think this match is going to carry on for a little while longer here with trades back and forth.
Yeah, I would be a little concerned, though, if I were Indonesia, looking at the results of those first 2 points. You had, in both of them, Krez going 400K plus and nobody else on this team getting over 300K. Like, the gap between Krez and the rest of the team was pretty big, and I think China's overall skill floor is a little bit higher. You don't see the result ending up quite the same way for them, with their scores being a little bit more clustered. So if you have any point where that sort of thing happens and Krez slightly underperforms, then you're going to be in trouble if you're Indonesia. So they're going to need to get those scores up, I think, a bit from the backing players, because I don't know that Krez will be able to carry, 7 picks in the same way that he did the first couple, winning the first and making the second very close.
Yeah, looks like Indonesia going to continue their strategy of picking maps that China has seemingly banned out similar skill sets of. Of course, China banning the Nomad 5. You mentioned earlier that a DT2 ban is generally congruent with that, and they opted to not ban it. So Indonesia may be going to capitalize on the fact that China is slightly weaker on the faster, more stamina-intensive picks. Likewise, with what they did earlier, they went immediately in for Nomad 6 following that China ban of Hidden 3. So I think they are, I think luckily for Indonesia, some of the stuff that China is banning, they happen to also be fairly good at here. Interested to see what Indonesia's lineup is going to be against China on this pick here. Late stage speed. I don't really think of either of these teams as being like the most exceptional speed teams in existence. And as much as you don't think about it, but I think Hong Kong in the winners bracket is definitely kind of where I would, put that designation more so than these teams. So I'm very interested to see how these rosters, fare on a pick like this, which is very difficult, mind you. A short pick, and for good reason. This is a very straining map despite that fact.
Yeah, this map is brutal, honestly. The difficulty is so high in this that if it were any longer, I don't know that there would be many players who could competently perform on it at all. But, talking of Indonesia's speed, I will always think back to OWC a couple years ago when they had that match against UK, where they just speed gapped the UK team for the entirety of it. I don't know that they have more than 2 players in common with that roster on this 3WC team, unfortunately, though, so not really a direct comparison to be made. But I think if you're Indonesia, anytime you can get somebody other than Milk Tea, David, Kurumi, and Crystal into the lobby, you're considering that a victory just to start things off. And here, you've got Shizaki Kanon coming in as the third for China, and those players have typically been the far weaker members of this China roster. So you're kind of looking at it as just like a roster win with the pick before you even start playing.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one, I think. I don't know. In terms of, like, what I think of, Rexy's is, like, the god of speed in Indonesia, so maybe he's going to be able to work some magic for them on this pick. Unfortunately, got to find a miss on a little bit of an over-aim there. But he's got the highest accuracy.
He and Fuma both broke in the beginning, and Dellen follows up with a miss. Meanwhile, China had a three-way, and Shizaki kind of will be the first to break, but they still have Milk Tea with the combo as well as Kurumi.
Kurumi's kind of dogging the ack right now, but the combo is there. There goes the miss, unfortunately, which means that accuracy is going to matter a hell of a lot more, but not a single player has combo. China picked up a little bit over a 1.5 million score lead in that first bit of the map, and with only a quarter of the way to go and no responding combos on Indonesia. Unfortunately, these, what I would classify as shit misses for Indonesia, have kind of brought them down a little bit here, despite having vastly superior accuracy in literally every way across every player than China. The little misses just mattered on this. I guess that's kind of the repercussions of the CS5 there. You got all A ranks to all B ranks, but those misses just making the difference there.
Oh, it's a combo game, I guess. You've got 95, 95, 94 against 92, 88, 86 AC, and it just doesn't matter because China had more combo on literally everyone than any member of Indonesia. That is that's kind of depressing to look at that result. But you play the combo game. That if you're a Hippo Cup player, you know how to play the combo game, and we talked at length about China's players and their experience in Hippo Cup. And if there's one thing that tournament's map pools teach you, it's how to pull any combo out of anywhere you can in any map. And that seems to have served China pretty well on that pick as they get the break point.
Very good for them on this one. That was a strong performance from China despite the hack.
Yeah, we're gonna just ignore the hack, I guess. It's not an hack map. It's 240 VPM. That's like OD 10, I think, right? Or close to it anyway. OD 9 point something. So hack is a social construct, and China will take advantage of that fact.
Well, and they have a chance to double capitalize on that fact now here with
they're gonna go hard rock 3. Yeah, I was gonna like predict hard rock 3, and then I looked over and they'd already picked it. But yeah, no surprise there. It's the only hard rock pick that was left up, and it's the second AJT. Boy, he got both of the gimmick maps, didn't he? He got the air hidden, and he got the CS 6.5 hard rock. We stand AJT in this house.
We always stand AJT.
This is a little bit lower BPM, right? Just like under 180, so sometimes can be a little bit uncomfortable for players. I feel like the lower your BPM goes on the small circles, it's like any little amount of shake is super magnified, and the rhythm in this is pretty challenging as well. So
well,
should be an interesting challenge, I think, for the players.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this one. I think my only gripe is that this is my least favorite Chorus K song.
Yeah, well,
there's got to be at least one. There's got to be at least one in the pool.
I'll be bangers.
AJT's got good song choice, man. I don't know. For a while, I thought that they could all be bangers.
True. AJT song choice when he finds another 90s era USA-based sitcom to map the opening of.
Yes. Me when AJT ranks go by the McLean sisters.
Yeah, I had to find and record the opening of one of those songs for the background video for him. I forget, it was Living One on One, whatever that map. That's my first ever, I think, mapping credit was recording the video for that.
Oh my
anyway,
gosh.
We're gonna go in with Milk Tea Kurumi Crystal, unsurprisingly, against Krez Puma Rexys. These feel like just kind of the standard rosters for these teams on a lot of these picks.
Yeah, I feel like you start to develop that, I feel, by, later stages in the tournament. Like, most picks, you're going to have the same 3-person roster, and then you'll have the more niche skill sets where you've got the one player that kind of comes in and takes the spot from the least confident of that staple 3. And, by this time in the tournament, I think both teams have very much established what those staple rosters are. And again, I think that is more pronounced because that there are only 6 people available per roster, per country. So, you know, less players, meaning there's less availability of skill sets across the board, so you kind of tank yourself on your strongest players. And right now, Krez is continuing to be that strongest player as he has been in most of the previous picks. Most notably, you know, we talked earlier about Indonesia taking a small victory on every pick they could get Crystal and Milk Tea out for. I think they also killed themselves by picking something that Krez was out for, because they are only winning picks that Krez is in for.
Yeah, Krez has looked nuts on the maps he's played so far, and this one seems to be no exception, as he is holding the lone FC in the lobby at 99.3 AC. Finally does break on that wiggle into the slider. Oh no. Fortunately, they were able to build up a 200,000 point lead, and really China doesn't have anything to attack that with, so I think he's done his job here with the 560k plus score.
God, he hit that.
You know, I don't think of Krez as a Hard Rock player normally, but I guess that opinion can change right here really quickly.
When you are an aim player. Oh, as he misses. Okay.
Nope.
I mean, he's good at aim, I guess, yeah.
When you play.
When you play.
I don't know. Oh, he missed. He
Oh.
chain missed the ending stream. That's unfortunate, but that's still a nutty score. 640k with the next highest being 47. Wait, that Crystal score is so aesthetic. 47, 47, 47.
Oh my gosh! Wow. Yeah. Jeez.
Nice. Unfortunately, it's not anywhere close to being able to make up that gap that Krez formed. That is like, that's the Krez Canyon right there, and that breakpoint is gone real quick for China.
Very quickly, Krez with the aesthetic 500 combo on the dot, besting the next best combo in the lobby by almost 200.
Oh
Fuma was the next closest. That's insane.
He ungapped the accuracy thanks to that chain miss at the end. Oh god. All right, don't look at Krez's 300, 100, or 150 and miscount.
No.
Just don't do it. Don't do it.
No. It cost you nothing to not say that.
Osu players, when they see a certain sequence of digits on their screen,
it would have cost you nothing to move to the next map. Oh my God.
I'm sorry. My shame. But can we just
Chili
talk about
repair? Why do you and T1G not cast anymore? This is why we've been fired from every tournament for the shit that we say.
Can we talk about how well Krez is playing though, real quick? After 4 maps here, he's top scored the first, he top scored the second, and now he top scored his 3rd map. So, you know,
match cost farming.
Match cost. Let's look real quick, just out of curiosity. Calculate match cost. Ah yes, Krez at the casual 1.695, with the next closest being Crystal at 1.342.
Okay.
And that's in 3 maps played out of 4 total maps. So you know he's doing okay for himself here so far.
Yeah, I mean, shoutouts to Fuma and Milk Tea, who actually have almost the same match costs after both playing every single map in the lobby so far. So Fuma doing a very good job, as well as Krez. You know, you see Krez as kind of these standout scores for Indonesia's, but really do have to give props to Fuma for holding off one of China's better players in Milk Tea by himself. I just shouldn't say by himself. Krez is gaming, but
I mean, it's never technically speaking alone, but it's, you know, as close to like solo as you're gonna get. And hey, look. It's the hidden pool.
I like the hidden pool. This is a good song.
Whoa, what did I just do?
What did he just do? Banger song though, coming off the Cores K. Slightly longer map.
Yeah, dude, 1:57. This is actually shorter. This is actually shorter than
I can't
the
count.
course
I can't count anymore. It's over.
Well, it depends on where you look. I have this at 1:59 versus the course K, which was 2 minutes exactly. But the client here has it at 1:57, so it's still they're similar.
I'm thinking of the last of the previous map was a minute. The hard rock. So what was the minute map? I don't know what I'm thinking of.
The DT was the short one.
It is not 11:01 a.m. I swear. It is. I swear I'm awake.
DT2 was the extremely short map. Actually, though, I mean, I like this pool. There's a lot of short maps. In this house, we stand short map picking map poolers.
Yeah. I like short maps. I like if people ever ask me why I enjoy MWC so much, it's because of the map length overall in the pool. It's the average of 2.5 minutes. Fantastic.
God.
Well, I don't know, man. What can I say? It makes it more interesting.
Bring back TV size tournament.
Rexies?
Rexies
Captain
is
1 map is Captain 1.
Rexies is going back to Nomad 4. He wants to run that one back. Okay, yeah. So hey, look, it's Krez, Rexies, Fuma against. Oh wait, it's actually Kurumi, David, and Crystal this time. No milk tea.
That makes sense. David has been ballistic on hidden picks in this tournament. Like, I don't know what to say about David in this tournament so far on hidden. Dropping some Mac at the beginning, but still actually the highest in his team.
He's just good. He's good at the game. Everything, but he's especially good at hidden. But this is like we talked about before. Indonesia is super strong at hidden as well. So I'm watching Krez because he missed. That's why I'm watching him.
I'm not watching Fuma.
I'm just watching Fuma. That's the only player to watch for me on the team of Indonesia.
I don't know, man, dude. This map is really freaking hard. This map is like, I would put this in like on a similar level in terms of patterning of something like if those of you remember from OWC, like Lilith Ambivalence Lovers, like it requires a decent amount of aim control, and there's a lot of linear oriented patterns in this, which will and cuts.
And those cuts
require a lot of killing David and a bunch of other people and Rexies and everyone who broke on that besides Crystal and Fuma.
Dude, hidden cut streams at low BPM. Like, I actually don't know how you play it, and I guess a lot of the players don't really either. But this is comebackable if Krez holds, but he has to hold, or they have to hope Crystal breaks.
Oh my!
And now they just have to. Okay, that's a lot of misses. Okay. That's 4 misses on the board. That is like I almost said milk tea. That is David and Kurumi holding just about 200 combo. That is actually probably enough to just win this for China because there's so little time left.
Yeah, there's not nearly enough time left. 1 point, something K, or what? Sorry, 100 point something K. And with
1K.
Kurumi, yeah, 1K in between the two teams. Closest map of the match. Very impressive performance overall from Crystal on the side of China there. Not to discount Fuma as well. Very impressive. Both of those 500K pluses right up there at the top. Unfortunately for Indonesia, just a slightly better performance across the two supporting scores from David and Kurumi compared to Krez and Rexies, with David matching Krez and Kurumi just outscoring Rexies by a slight amount, making the difference. And of course, Crystal besting Fuma in terms of the accuracy. Oh, actually, he just had a more consistent combo, it looks like. So China gonna pick up the break point. They're gonna have their second opportunity to consolidate it. Here we are going to see if they're maybe able to do it this time, or if Indonesia is able to grab another break point back to keep this match dead even here. See Crystal slowly starting to kind of improve his performance in this match. I think he kind of started off a little bit more low-key and is kind of becoming a little bit more comfortable, kind of falling into that match groove, and I think we're going to start to see some stronger performances out of him, which Indonesia is going to have to be careful about.
Yeah, if Crystal can, outscore a guy like Krez or Fuma, whoever's top scoring, and they get, picks where Milk Tea is in and putting up his usual sort of score, where Kurumi puts up a big score, that's really scary, because I don't think Indonesia has a pair that frequently is going to be able to match those kind of pairs from China. So we'll have to see, though. It's a cheeky little 3 straight breakpoint opportunity there to early on in the match. So somebody's got to stabilize this sooner or later, most likely. Unless we just get the reverse Hippo Cup where it's just all breakpoints instead of all held points, I guess. And it's going back to Nomad pool for China, and we're going amazing
banger.
So we go like hidden flow aim into Nomad alt. That's I guess a pretty logical next step.
Oh, it's this map. Okay. Story about this map. Story time, everyone. I was sitting at my desk maybe Oh, God knows how long ago. It's 7 or 8 months ago, maybe. Well before this map was uploaded to the OS website. And I get a DM in my Discord from Nuvalina, and she basically says, hey, I need you to test play this map that Emilia and I whatever did this. And I played through this entire map. And it's pretty consistent in difficulty, and it's fantastic all the way across the board. Until you basically hit the last few patterns of this map. If anyone's ever played the original set of this map, you got that big back and forth section right at the ending that everyone breaks on because it spikes so hard. This map has something very similar, except it's a really dense, stupid, weird pattern that absolutely everyone will break on, and it has that pattern a couple of times strewn throughout the entire map. And I had very aggressive words of map feedback for them before this was updated, and because of that, the pattern was changed very slightly, and it is harder now. So, if anyone's wondering why this map is so difficult at certain portions, I am sorry, and I hope you enjoy. And
How dare you?
I think that they're going to have a good time on this, though. There's a lot of very consistent sections on this, but this map does have quite a few points where it very much does require a proficient skill set in snap aim that not a lot of players have in a tournament setting, because even though you might not get inherently nervous for the match, they are still present in some senses, and it will have a slight effect here. But I'm looking forward to see what people are going to perform like on this pick here. Of course, for Indonesia, my eyes are on Krez and Fuma as usual, the top two performing players by a decent margin there. Of course, we've got Milk Tea and Crystal back in for the alt pick like you do, backed up by David, another extremely strong player at this skill set. That's story time.
Thank you for the story time. Thank you for the stories.
Thank you.
I just get taken back to OWC 2017, amazing break with failed scores not counting.
Oh my
Failing
goodness.
the ending?
The ending is so... I'm telling you, man, dude, Monstrada's insane.
Oh, man. That's such a... That 2017 OWC was like, if you ever wondered why failed scores count, the 2017 OWC map pool will answer all of your questions.
Dude, it's like
Night
all
of
of
Nights,
the game modes. Man.
Night of Nights Hard Rock?
Like, no fail in standard. That was the same year that I think they finally decided to fix column lock in Mania 2. So that was the year of just, like, preventing insta-fails.
Alright, so we have Crystal and Milk Tea getting comfy. They're in their couches. They've got their slippers on. They're getting cozy with their combos. The TV is set to a nice, relaxing game of Mahjong. This is like...
experience.
Right, this is just... It's a comfy sort of spot to be in if you're those players on the China side, just hanging out, having a good time, building up your combo, and building up the score lead over 100k. I mean, it's just easy as pie as we see a break from Krez. Player you don't want to see break if you're an Indonesia fan. You really want him to be holding combo as long as anyone from China is, because he is your win con.
Yeah, that's a very unfortunate. Fuma, however, that second best performing player, going to be taking up that torch with almost a 600 combo here. Rexy's starting to build up a little bit as well, going to surpass Krez in score as David and Fuma both trade breaks there, which is unfortunately not what Indonesia needed to see, with Milk Tea, who has just recently dropped below 99% accuracy on that little 1/6 section there. Crystal going to be holding a combo right alongside that. Slightly lower accuracy, but it quite literally does not matter. Both of them have almost double the next highest score on Indonesia. That's going to start diminishing a little bit with Rexy's holding a solid combo alongside Krez, but as we've surpassed the halfway point in the map now with a 300,000 plus score lead for China, it would quite literally take a double break from Crystal and Milk Tea this very second, and Indonesia would basically have to hold an FC until the ending, which will not be happening as Rexy's finds a break on another one of these more difficult sections here. Throwing wiggles into some of these cut patterns here. Very, very difficult pattern to hold through. Krez recovering after the break again. Unfortunately, a little bit of a lost cause at the current status. Crystal does find a break, but as long as one of these FCs holds on China, there is not a single thing that Indonesia can do about it, as David is matching any supporting combo that Krez might have right now. is kill, as the kids say.
Yeah, this is just, I don't know. Milk Tea and Crystal, I mean, yeah, Crystal finally ended up breaking, but like that was just disgusting. And Milk Tea is just still going because I guess this map is slightly too easy if your name is Milk Tea. You just don't care at all about anything. You just casually clicking circles to beat. He is at nearly 99x still.
He's currently top fragging.
He's top fragging. I once heard a story about Milk Tea holding an FC on Nomad 3 in the losers bracket final of 3WC.
Really? I heard about it once too. I heard it. I was. Do you have a primary source for that, or? Oh my god!
Oh, that ending is so troll, man.
I told you. Look at the square. At the end.
Hit the square.
See, hit the square. I hate everything.
Oh my god, man.
All right. Well, welcome to 3-Digit World Cup, Indonesia. I commend you for your performance thus far in the match. China has officially consolidated a break point on you as they have employed the well-known strategy from Sun Tzu's Art of War, Milk Tea Go Kill. So I commend you for your valiant efforts up to this point. Yes, I know that's Japanese, not Chinese. It's the joke.
Sun Tzu, the Art of War, that's Chinese.
Is Art of War Chinese?
Yeah,
okay.
Chinese.
I thought you know, it's been a while. I thought I was okay with it, and then I second guessed myself.
Don't
right.
second guess yourself. You
Okay.
gotta have confidence in your cultural references these days, my dude. It's just how it is. But yeah, I mean, like, Milk Tea was released upon the wild, and the indigenous flora and fauna were not long for this world. And unfortunately, he is an invasive predator, and he stops at nothing but the complete and total elimination of every bit of native life that once resided cozily in the Osu environment. And it's his now. He just took it over. He is the king of the jungle.
What do you do now? What do you do now if you're Indonesia? How do you respond to the fact that China just almost double FC'd that?
You just throw caution to the wind. I
think you pick IOCs.
Do you just
Camellia.
you could do a free mod here, I think. I mean, CS5 AR8, but you run the risk of China just going double hard rock and, you know, playing hard rock as they do.
There's not a lot of gimmick left, unfortunately, which is really where they shined.
You could go like DT4 or something, I guess.
Maybe a free mod 3.
Hey,
they do go DT4. There it is, Libertas. Nice. This is a banger. This is a great song. Great map. Thank you, Toybot and
Zach
Cubby.
just doesn't miss, dude.
This is great, man. Dude, this is also underrated song choice as well, along with AJT. Toybot, very solid song choice.
Yeah. I have come to realize that there's actually like a higher number of mappers than I realized whose song choices I just really, really respect the heck out of.
I agree. I miss
There's a
Hobbs
lot
too.
of-
I miss Hobbs,
yeah,
man.
Hobbs for like Western, right?
Yeah.
Hobbs and Gabdo09 or whatever.
I agree. Who else has got good song choice in this game?
Mazarin, Kappa.
Mazarin has good song choice.
If you like
LMT
metal.
has
If
like
you like
90. LMT's like 90% good song choice. Oh, all right. Underrated song choice. Type 4, graveyard mapper. But Type 4 is basically I don't know like what his well-known maps are. I feel like they're just well-known to me because I play them. He is a Thai mapper that has mapped. He's got love maps. He did Possessed by the Blood Moon and stuff like that. So he's like the Psyche Reek mapper, at least in my mind.
Okay.
But he maps a lot of Camellia, a lot of like techie, faster stuff, but has never missed. Some UK Rampage. Anyone who maps UK Rampage is also just better.
Yo, Squirrel Pascal's song choice.
Mm.
It's a little more hit or miss, but Squirrel does have some really well-chosen songs, but the mapping leaves a little bit to be desired at times, unless you like those like extreme gimmicks.
Mir and
Breathe.
Captain One song choice.
Breathe by Telepop Music, banger.
Ooh,
Actually, it's
true.
not really a banger, it's a bop. Mir, I would say Mir has good song choice, but that's just saying I like Camellia.
I think Deca has good song choice.
Yo, Devious Panda song choice.
Devious
Thoughts?
Panda
Thoughts?
song choice. Devious Panda song choice. I also enjoy Indonesia's pick choice in DT4.
Does Down song choice count as song choice when he makes the songs himself?
Maybe? I don't know. I feel like Down also just maps anything ever, so his song choice is arguably the best because he maps everything.
I want to see a rhythm map of some like Western pop song, like a top
Oh my
40.
gosh.
That's just like the most gimmicky shit ever. All right,
That sounds
so
like something Wowie would do.
somebody say Solus 4? Cresfuma Rexes, guess what? We're back on that. And Milk Tea Crystal Kurumi. Also, likewise, the two teams just playing their comfy 3-man
No Sugira on
rosters.
this one. No Sugira for the speed on this.
Yeah,
that was
this
very fast.
It's fast, but it's like finger
Technical.
control slider aim combo rather than like a raw speed. So I guess I can see like the non-speed players of China being the ones more likely to be on this.
People who can read 10.3 with patterning like this are just better at the game than everyone else.
That's a statement of fact.
I mean, I just like... I cannot comprehend pulling 99% accuracy almost on this for Milk Tea. Like,
Milk Tea is not
What is
actually
this?
a human being. Milk Tea is not a human being. I'm convinced. I don't know. He
Unlucky.
has ascended to a different plane of existence. He's going to be visiting the Tranquiline Halls. He has sworn the fourth ideal of an Osu tournament player. I will FC maps where others cannot. That is Milk Tea's fourth ideal, and with it he has gained the power to ascend into the atmosphere.
There's literally nothing you can do. There's absolutely not a single response you can have to both Milk Tea and Kurumi putting up 900 plus combos on this map. Thank God one of them slider broke. I was about to lose my mind. I'm sorry you slider broke, Kurumi, but this is the way of the universe. Only one of you can FC this. Like, why? Why have you not broken yet? You're not allowed.
Yeah, I didn't think anybody was allowed to FC this, let alone two people. Like, one person is enough for me, thank you.
There's a quarter left. There is still a chance that he pulls an amazing break and does
Okay, but what if he just doesn't?
don't
Don't
like
look at
this.
his score. Don't look at his score. Don't look at his score. Don't look at his score.
I don't like it. I don't like this. I don't
This is disturbing. He's gonna he finally broke. He was like on route to 1v3ing on Indonesia's own pick that we were like, yeah, this is Indonesia's probably best option here. And Milk Tea was just on his way to a 1v3.
He would have 1v3'd. That's not okay.
That's disturbing. I am not sure that I'm comfortable.
I'm appalled. I am appalled.
I think there's a chance we get banned from Twitch for this.
I cannot believe China would stoop so low as to BM Indonesia by telling Milk Tea to FC DT4. I cannot. Everyone knows.
I'm done. Goodbye.
Everyone knows that Milk Tea is simply just a machine, and as long as you input whatever score you want, you basically go in the team chat and you say, Milk Tea, get 851,000 on this pick, and then you hit send command, and he does it because you asked him to. And that's how China goes through every tournament with Milk Tea. And that's why I'm lost. I'm trying to justify literally anything right now.
Yeah, like we keep trying to come up with better superlatives to describe what Milk Tea is doing in this match. You know, first he is like the king of the jungle, right? He is released upon the environment and slays all the local formerly apex predators, and that's not enough. So you start comparing him to like Kaladin from Stormlight Archive. He's sworn the fourth ideal of the Windrunners. He has all the power you could possibly imagine one person to have. That's not enough. Now he's just a robot who you input whatever score you want him to get, and he goes and gets it. I don't know how far up you can go from there when you've reached the status of literally being an Osu playing machine.
I don't understand. Like, the rest of us are just casually going through life, living day to day, and then you have, like, Milk Tea who is, like, laying down in bed waiting for the heat death of the universe or something. Like, he's ascended so far to the top that he has nothing left to do in life. He has accomplished all he needs to.
Yeah, like, I mean, you know, the next step is to just, like, do that on 2 more maps so that we can fall out of our chairs in amazement. And you know, go on to the grand finals and then do it again, you know, back to back. That would be really the only way he could still continue on this upward trajectory, because anything else would be a disappointment at this juncture.
I'm praying for Hong Kong. I'm scared for them right now. I'm terrified for Hong Kong. They should be awaiting certain doom in the winners bracket, even though they have to bracket reset. I would be terrified watching this.
Right.
I would look back on this match when I woke up in the morning or am sitting here late at night at 11:30 p.m. and thinking to myself, how the hell are we going to win this match tomorrow?
Yeah, you normally, if you're in the winner's bracket, you're like, okay, we're in a good spot. You know, we have the bracket reset advantage if it doesn't go well in the first set. You know, we've got a strong roster. We haven't lost a match yet. We're Hong Kong. We destroy these sorts of tournaments on a yearly basis. But then you sit and you watch what China is doing right now, and you watch what Milk Tea is accomplishing. You watch what Crystal is doing. You look at the backing combos on these picks, and you say, "Oh, huh. Now what?"
Huh. That happened. That's like the for anyone who else here who like plays tournaments actively, it's basically the experience of like having the leaderboards off when you hit tab at the start of the map, and then you hit like the pause section of the map or the ending of the map, and you hit tab to look at the scoreboards, and you see the crown just all the way on the other side. You just sit there and go, huh, okay. And
you're like, how did that happen?
How did
that get over there?
I
didn't
see
put
now.
That there.
I must have dropped it on my way to work. I just...
You know, it's like that sinking feeling when you realize that you set your drink on the roof of your car, shut the door, and drove off without picking it back up and putting it in the cup holder, and you hear it hitting the ground behind you, and you're just like, son of a bitch.
Oh my god, man. I think we've fully established that Milk Tea is just the one and only, and I still commend Indonesia for their valiant efforts, because I think they are playing absolutely fantastically right now. Fuma especially is having such a good match today alongside Krez. I just think that there's very, very little you can do. China is taking 3-way hard rock on flying out to the sky. Are you kidding me?
Why would you over-mod this, man?
Or are you more comfortable on hard rock?
All right. Listen, this map is base AR9. I am going to justify it by saying that. This is base AR9. It is legitimately kind of rhythm and note dense if you play it at its base AR. So you go hard rock to make it easier on yourself. If you are China, who is already a hard rock favored team, that being said, this is like linear aim, which with hard rock, or with low AR, with hidden, with anything is going to be hard. But if you're China, you're just saying, listen, guys, this is a little bit easier if we make the circles a little bit smaller and we make the note density a little bit lower. So let's just go triple hard rock, because why not?
This is
7.68 stars with hard rock, by the way. I believe that's tied for like near highest. Oh wait, Nomad 5 is 8 stars. That's right.
5 is a lot. Yeah,
Nomad 5 and DT3 are like kind of busted star rating wise, so it's not. Yeah, it's not like up there, but it's up there. Also, shout outs to USC for using this map set a year ago. Granted, it wasn't this diff, but it was this set.
Thank you, Dada.
Thank you, Dada. There are a couple picks like that in this pool. And there's the breaks from Krez and Fuma.
There goes Karumi though.
But no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because Milk Tea exists. Nothing you do matter if you're Indonesia, because Milk Tea exists.
Rexy's, if Rexy's holds this section, maybe.
Nope, he didn't. Okay. Sorry,
Rexy's.
Also, you will see like how dense that is on Nomad. Like, this is tricky. Yeah, he finally missed. All right,
there's
guys,
the fold break.
We have confirmation that Milk Tea may not be a machine. He may, in fact, still be human. There is a chance yet. Granted, he's top
Unfortunate.
scoring by 100K, but still.
Yeah. I mean, when Crystal is 100K behind you, you are ready.
Crystal's 100K behind Milk Tea, and he's still like 80K above anyone on
They
Indonesia.
just hit that section. They
And he
actually just hit that stream.
Yeah, it's fine. It's
Both
fine.
of them hit
This
it.
is normal human behavior.
Crystal is not missing at the ending
Crystal-
of this map. Crystal is hitting the... Okay, Crystal.
Okay,
Sure,
Crystal.
man. Sure, man.
Yup. Fine. He like came close to catching up. He's only 80K
When you
behind.
single-digit miscount this map, when you 4 and 6
When you
miss this map,
So they combined
Fuma's
for
misses.
for 10 misses between Crystal and Milk Tea, which is the lowest single
Fuma,
player miscount from Indonesia.
Fuma, the top score on Indonesia, has the miscount of Crystal and Milk Tea.
Oh, that was a full win too. The lowest score in China was higher than the highest score in Indonesia. That's demoralizing.
I mean,
That's
like, Karumi
really demoralizing.
Karumi was ready, Milk Tea was ready, Crystal was ready. They picked
prepared.
this map and they're like, it's ours. They don't. I'm sorry. I feel like we're not focusing enough on Indonesia right now, but like, and I feel bad for it because I think, again, I've said multiple times that I think Indonesia is playing great. I think they are playing great. I just think that China is playing greater.
It's hard to say a lot about a team when they lose 4 picks in a row and the other team just has stupid performances on those maps.
China's
like,
just
it's
sending
just
it
kinda how
home.
it is.
Like, you have to talk about how much they are just bringing this home.
Yeah, I mean, like that early trade of break points occurred, and then China was like, no,
Yeah.
this cannot continue. Much like
They flipped the switch. They're rolling. They're
yeah,
actually
they
rolling.
just decided to play the match.
Indonesia, don't give up yet, please.
Roll 2. All right.
What is
so
2?
let's-
DT1.
I don't know.
is-
DT1?
All right. Gardenelia.
What do you think the other map was? Hidden one?
Gardening.
You think it was Hidden one, DT1?
I wonder if it was DT1, DT2.
No, because they rolled 2. So they rolled the second option, so it has to be something
yeah,
higher.
I don't know. Maybe it
You
was
know what I
Nomad
mean?
1.
It
I
was
wouldn't
either
be
Nomad.
surprised if it was Nomad
It
1.
would have been Nomad 1, Nomad 2, or Hidden 1, and I'm guessing it was either Nomad 1 or Hidden 1. I don't know.
All
So
right, well,
ambiguous.
Another 10.3
Another-
pick into China.
Another captain map. Wait, so there's
Two
two
captain
Knowledge King maps. There's 2 captain maps. There's 2 AJT maps.
There is. Yeah. Wow.
All in one pool. Let's go. Again,
Tell who the
shoutouts
good
to,
tournament map is.
shoutouts to Dada for
Yeah.
using this exact map in USC Grand Finals.
He is the map pooler of all time.
Dada
He's
is
one
actually
of the map
ghost
poolers of all
pooling
time.
this tournament.
I
Nick,
honestly, it is.
Nick isn't actually. It's just Dada secretly
Dada map
behind the
pools
scenes.
more than people think he does still.
Yeah.
Like he does not as much as before, but he's still a lot.
So, 10.3, 267 DPM. Dare I say that this may be a Milk Tea pick?
No.
A lactose beverage.
Nope. This is a
Hot
Rexy's
leaf-
pick.
hot
Rexy's
leaf
pick right
water.
now. Nope, it's Rexy's. I believe in Rexy's.
All right.
He's my player of choice on this.
I believe in Indonesia supremacy on DT1. Let's go. I would like to see this be a bit more of a competitive affair. I'd like to see Indonesia performing at the level we know they're capable of. The problem is, even if they perform at the level we know they're capable of, if China performs at the level they're capable of, Indonesia loses anyway. That's kind of just how it is, unfortunately. But you never know. It's My Angel Anzu coming in for the first time. As we talked about before, anytime you can force China onto somebody other than Crystal, Kurumi, David, and Milk Tea, you're doing something right.
I think it's
So-
easy to force Crystal out on the DT picks too, as well, compared to usual, because a lot of these DT picks are very high BPM this year. You very rarely see an almost 270 BPM DT1, so the fact that Crystal is not quite comfortable at the higher BPMs, taking him out for something like a 10.3 aim pick that I think he would normally be very comfortable on is very valuable, and there goes Kurumi.
What did he even miss on there?
I don't know. I don't
That
know
was
what
the
Anzu
most
missed on
bizarre
either.
miss aim. All right, Indonesia popping off. Rexy's and Puma still holding on to the FCs with solid action. Puma over 99.
Yeah, wow.
Crescent
actually,
Rexi's trade breaks though, and you
Oh.
know what that means. It's now.
It's doable.
now
Nope, it's
Fuma-
doable.
It's
Indonesia.
Fuma versus. It's
Indonesia.
Fuma versus Milk Tea.
No, it's Indonesia time.
Let's go.
Milk Tea does not exist.
Milk Tea is not a player anymore.
He does not exist. Fuma,
he's
you are
going to-
automatically breathing.
Milk Tea is going to break on air, and Fuma is going to full combinate the map, and Indonesia is going to get the point.
Listen, I don't
can
want
see the
China to
future.
lose. I just want Indonesia to win. This map.
Understandable.
This
Understandable. Yeah, no, I understand. Trust me,
Yeah.
I've been there.
Yeah. I just want.
Oh,
no! The miss aim. Oh my god.
miss aim!
Oh, it's happening. Oh, the
It's
simulation.
happening.
Oh, we're in the simulation right now.
Please don't tell me it's occurring, Chillier. I beg you
There's
to
no,
tell
he
me
doesn't
it's
FC.
it's not
He
occurring.
doesn't FC. He has 97% AC. He cannot FC. He will miss. He is shaking.
He's having a
He
rough
will miss
go
at
of
the end
things.
here. He will miss after this build-up right here. It's going to happen. He's going to hit this pattern. He's going to
And
miss, and then
Indonesia's
all
good-
3 players in Indonesia are going to FC.
Yeah, right. Indonesia has to FC like the rest of the map. They have to hope that China hard trolls. Okay, Vigilante and Kurumi both broke. Okay, wait.
Obviously, Bancho.
Yeah, I don't think it's doable. As much as I'd love to be excited, I don't think it's doable. I think Milk Tea is just too stupid. This is a dumb. It's wrong. It's incorrect. It's not allowed. This
No,
is
don't worry. He
illegal.
will not FC.
This is illegal in 74 countries, and I think
He will
several
not FC.
principalities as
Apparently,
well.
it's not illegal in China.
China is
because
the only
he's-
country. I guess.
I don't know.
I
He
guess
will
China's
miss.
the only country
He
where
will
this
one
is
miss
legal.
this map. He will one miss this map. Milk Tea, you will. There's nothing to miss on at the end here.
Can you imagine
There's really
the
nothing
social
to miss
credit?
on.
Can you imagine the
can't.
social credit
You
that Milk
can't.
Tea is
There's no
accruing
missing.
in this match?
There's
He
no
actually
missing.
did!
He didn't miss.
This son of a bitch!
He didn't
I
miss.
hate him so much!
Milk Tea did. He did not miss.
Ah! Ah!
Okay. Congratulations to
allowed!
Indonesia. Congratulations to Indonesia for putting up a valiant effort. I want to congratulate them for getting top 3 in 3-digit World Cup. That is pretty freaking impressive. Considering the teams that are left in this tournament, and by the way, there are not a single team left in the top 7 of this tournament. There's the 7th seed, the 8th seed, and then Hong Kong is like the freaking 12th seed in this tournament. Indonesia has put up a damn good effort against some very strong teams in this tournament, and I applaud them for their valiant effort up to this point. So congratulations to them, regardless of losing this match, for their placement that they have put up in this. China, however, Milk Tea was simply the better team. Oh, sorry, I mean China was the better team. Milk Tea, 1.6 match cost.
the better player. 1.6 match cost, next highest 1.21, which is on his team, by the way. It was Crystal. I mean, like, shout out to Indonesia because they were missing 2 players today. They were missing Dito, and they were missing, my brain is not working, that noob guy. They were also missing. I at the end of the day, though, I just don't know that it mattered, because if Milk Tea does that, he wins. That's just, just all there is to it.
Well, I guess there's not much to say. China has absolutely stumped everyone with their performance overall. There's not much that you can do about it past a certain point, so they will be in full stride arriving at the grand finals tomorrow on Sunday at, I wasn't sure if it was 14 or 15 for each of these teams. It was one of the two.
It's at a not as awful time as it would have been. I know that.
Show
It's
up
15.
at 14,
It's 15.
and if it's
I
at
think it's
15,
15.
all right, show up at 14 and then be here early. Yeah.
Yeah, 15 UTC. Hong Kong, China.
Yeah.
Grand finals.
Grand finals.
With bracket reset to follow. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to make a bold prediction and say that it goes to a bracket reset. That's my bold prediction for tomorrow.
I don't know how tomorrow's gonna go. Unironically, like, Hong Kong has been a ridiculously strong team in this tournament so far, but in these later stages, China has just looked way better. I mean, Hong Kong beat Indonesia by the smallest of margins I've ever seen. I think it was a tiebreaker, and they won in tiebreaker against Indonesia. And China just went against them here.
China just, like, delicately stepped on Indonesia and crushed them like an ant in their way. It scares me. I don't fear much, but that thing frightens me.
Frightens me.
It's just pointing at Milk Tea's profile picture.
Not much, man. Not much else to say. So I guess that'll do it for now. Congratulations to Indonesia on top 3. We commend you for your performance up till now. Your valiant efforts have not gone to waste in a very impressive performance this year. China will be, of course, advancing to the winners bracket to face off against Hong Kong tomorrow. They are going to be duking it out, as we mentioned, at 15 UTC to determine the winner of this tournament, the 3-digit World Cup in 2022. We will see you all again tomorrow when that match rolls around, so please make sure you show up for that, ready to roll. For now, that'll be it from us. We will say farewell and welcome you back tomorrow.
わかんない暑さが胸を焦がす